So, cartoonists, tell us what you think about the fact that the cartoon Bluey censored an episode over the concept of fat shaming in the episode.
I love this. It says Bluey was censored by the fascists and groomers at Disney-owned ABC after viewers whined about fat shaming.
Well, I think it was the socially responsible thing for Bluey to do.
Show the picture of Bluey.
It's okay. We'll put it right here.
Honestly, I think that his physique is just fine.
He was fine.
He looks like a TikTok.
There's a little bit of body dysmorphia there, Bluey. I don't think you need to worry so much.
Listen, I want to be really clear about this. Okay, it really. I really, really, really trust the kind of person who gets extremely upset about a cartoon character trying to lose weight, but is super happy when a drag queen is on a children's cartoon.
Yeah, of course.
I think, I don't know how you could possibly make the argument that that isn't somebody you should like leave your kids alone with.
This is also about the cartoon character's father. He stands on his bathroom scale and like grabs his dog paunch.
What? I mean, this is...
And this is considered shaming when I think it's actually attempting to like approach the issue maturely.
Well,
but it's with the same depth as the Taylor Swift music video where she stands on the scale and it says fat on it.
Deep, very deep.
Which is super based.
I'm 14 and this is deep territory.
I mean, look, this is a point I've made a million times before, but whenever they try to normalize a bizarre set of lifestyle choices or unhealthy set of lifestyle choices, they will never let you live in a healthy way. So what this cartoon had happen was a blue dog, a cartoon dog, not even capable of love because he's an animal, steps on a scale and says, I want to lose a little bit of weight, which is a normal thing that a lot of adults feel in this culture. That a lot of dogs feel in this culture because they have too much kibble or whatever it is that dogs are supposed to be eating, and they get upset by it because they can't stand the fact that there are some people who are trying to improve themselves.
Yep.
Some dogs are trying to improve themselves.
Even if they're not capable of love.
They're embarking
that
on
was
a fitness
rough. That was rough.
Routine because they don't feel the best about how they look.
Here's the statement from ABC. It says, the recent episode of Bluey, Exercise, so it was actually called Exercise, has been republished by the ABC network following a decision by the makers of the program. The new version provides families with the opportunity to manage important conversations in their own way. That's funny because they don't usually want to let you have those discussions. Usually they want to tell you exactly.
They don't care about sovereignty of parents over their children.
Not usually. Only when it comes to fatness.
Wow. The ABC supports the decision to re-edit the program, and we have updated the episode on our platform. BBC Studios will use the revised version for global distribution and also support this decision.
Listen, I understand that we are potentially on the brink of nuclear war with Russia. I understand that we have hit a very serious inflationary cycle, that the dollar is collapsing, the Fed keeps raising interest rates, the economic consequences may be unforeseen. We could be defaulting on our debt, but when I woke up this morning and saw that a blue cartoon dog was trying to lose weight, I couldn't think of a more important social issue to put my weight behind.
One comment said, these fools cannot even leave Bluey alone. They cannot allow any opinion that is different from theirs. So true.
They loved Scooby-Doo because he was always getting high and eating sandwiches.
Yeah, well.
You know, that was a cartoon dog we were allowed to have. Return to tradition, I suppose.
Yeah. Conditioning us to be complacent sheep in society.
It is funny, though, because it's weird because when you think about it, what is happening in the episode is not uncommon. People do this. People get in front of the mirror and they look at themselves and they wonder if they could look better, if they could look different. It's actually a very, very relatable thing.
It's just like Patrick Bateman once said, you can always be thinner, look better. It's true.
What would Karl Lagerfeld say about this?
He would agree.
Lose some weight, Bluey.
Gosh.
Look,
Peppa Pig has never been censored, and in it, Daddy Pig, I didn't know that was her dad's name, is constantly berated and mocked as fat and out of shape by other characters. I guess the UK is kind of based on the weight issue.
That's kind of based.
To be fair, like I was thinking about it, like I guess this is a kid's cartoon and Velma wasn't exactly a kid's series, but I was thinking about the end of Velma where Velma's twerking over the dead body of his mother, of Fred's mom.
Okay, so it sounds like Velma wasn't for adults either. It was kind of for nobody, huh?
It wasn't for anybody. No, like
it was for Mindy Kaling.
But it was
Kaling
like
alone.
The argument they would make is that wasn't made for kids, whereas Bluey is made for kids.
That was still an example of Scooby erasure, and I will not stand for it.
I agree with that.
Scooby doesn't even know how to feel love.
Scooby became a black woman.
That's actually true.
Yeah, like Scooby can't even love you back. I don't know why you'd care.
Here's the thing about Scoobs. He's a freak of nature, and I'm glad that Mindy Kaling seed that, because hold on, there's a complex. I'll just say this. There is a complex discussion in speculative theology over whether Scooby was an animal that could potentially have had the ability to reason, given he had the ability to speak.
It was an imperative ability to speak.
There's a whole field of speculative theology dedicated to Scooby-Doo, or I mean, I don't know if there is, but there should be.
They were all in a group.
There should be.
There should be.
Group hallucination.
Have you ever seen Homeward Bound?
No.
You should see Homeward Bound.
No, I shouldn't.
You should see Homeward Bound.
No, I should not.
I think that the Scooby snacks had something to do with it.
Probably. Very, very much so.
Look, but have you ever made a fat-shaming cartoon, Seamus?
Oh man, that's a good question. I've never made a cartoon. I don't think I've ever made a cartoon specifically to shame fat people.
You could do you could do it now, or you could make a cartoon shaming people for taking these off the air.
Here's my thing. I will make fun of everyone who is promoting the idea that you're healthy at every size. I don't like to go after individual fat people and make fun of them, but the idea that they're all healthy is nonsense. Being overweight is a sign of unhealth. And whenever they say
very disrespectful.
When they go, "Oh, it's my genetics." Okay, well then that's you acknowledging it's unhealthy, right? You're saying I have a health issue which leads me to be overweight. So you still can't be healthy at every size.
Yeah. I'm just going to say this is why I love John Nolte, the author of this article. Quote, how about a Bluey episode with Fatty 2x4 having his diabetic toes amputated? How about a Bluey episode with Thunder Thighs falling over dead due to cardiac arrest?
We need John Nolte on this podcast. We really do.
Oh, I'm obsessed.
That's a little rough there.
We need John Nolte on this podcast. He's fantastic.
He's an absolute legend.
Yes.
I'll say this.
Did you get
unconditional
distracted
positive
by your
regard?
own reflection?
Yeah, I saw. I was like, ooh, look at that guy. Unconditional positive regard is a crime. Yeah. It is a crime against the person to whom you are giving the unconditional positive regard. As you mentioned, I mean, I get that the chat was being facetious, but yeah, no, people do end up having to have their toes amputated when the diabetes gets too bad. And if you don't encourage people to have a healthy diet, then what's going to end up happening to them? Not necessarily that, but it's more likely that it will happen. The healthy at any size stuff is garbage. And unconditional positive regard is really the kind of what's going on in society right now. Yeah. You're not allowed to critique anything. Well, and again, right? It's because we have taken love and we've moved it down into the passions, out of the will. So my love for you is based on how I feel about you. Well, I don't feel good when someone criticizes me, and for the most part, I don't feel good criticizing people. So how could it be loving? Sort of reminds me of the subreddit r/chonkers, where everyone's love for that said cat or dog is based on their preference for their passionate feeling about its size, its overweight. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's size true. And so we definitely. It's not really healthy for the animal, but we're gonna celebrate it anyway because how it makes us feel. Exactly. And well, in that case, like you're a person who doesn't know how to love. You're capable of loving, but that's not love, right? If you want, if it pleases you that this animal is unhealthy, it pleases you that this animal is suffering. That's not love. It's like, oh, but it looks so funny and stupid when it's fat. It's like, okay. And the cat's like, I'm obese and dying. It's like, oh, the dog doesn't love you and you don't love the dog. Oh, it gives you a warm, fuzzy feeling? That's not love. Love isn't just a warm, fuzzy feeling. Wait, can we love dogs? There's more to it. Yeah, of course we can love dogs. Okay, we should love, and we should love dogs. We should love animals. But it's unrequited in a way. Yeah, it's unrequited. Somebody in the comments says, I'm not gonna lie, I feel bad for all the talented people at Ludo who worked on this scene. Bandit singing the Cat Squad theme song was so adorbs, and it's a shame the revised version doesn't have that anymore. See, you take away the stuff that people love about it because you don't want to hurt the feelings of a small minority of people on the internet who want to complain about it. Yeah, I said F them kids. Yes. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify. Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.